You know what I'm saying?
We gotta find out.
Technically, now there's two things here. So technically, second home, and it's the second home with. So you and your nephew get a second home. Your nephew lives there. That's what this is. That's what this is. It's still your second home. You're a co-owner of that home. The other issue, though, that I want to see the tax part is because if she claimed the home as a rental property, that's different because the paperwork, I believe, in the loan calls for her not to use it as a rental property. But the
Exactly.
words I'm seeing is her claiming it as an investment. And if you buy a second piece of property, that is an investment.
This is Black Westchester Magazine's People Before Politics Sunday Rundown.
Here we go. Last one. Tish James. Tish James, as recently, she recently went to court. And here's her response. Here's her response in the court.
Thank you. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank you for your prayers. I want to thank you for your emails. I want to thank you for your support. It has strengthened my spirit and it has anchored my soul. And so I want to thank you. But this is not about me. This is about all of us. And about a justice system which has been weaponized. A justice system which has been used as a tool of revenge. This justice system which has been used as a tool of revenge. And a weapon against those individuals who simply did their job and who stood up for the rule of law. And a justice system which unfortunately is nothing being used as a vehicle of retribution. But my faith is strong. And my faith is, I have this belief in the justice system, in the rule of law, and I have a belief in America and all of its individuals who have stood with me, not only in New York, but all across this nation. I've heard from just about every jurisdiction in this nation who have said, stand up and be tall. And never, ever cow down or back down or break or bend. So there's no fear today. No fear. No fear. No fear. No fear. Because I believe that justice will rain down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. Preach. And I'm here to say that my work and my job and all that I do, all throughout my public career, I've stood up for the rights of New Yorkers and Americans, and I will not be deterred. And I will not be deterred. I will not be distracted. I will do my job each and every day, and that's why I'm headed back to New York, because there's work to be done, standing up for the rule of law. God bless you and thank you all, and I appreciate you.
I don't even know what to say, man. So Black Westchester, we have done extensive reporting on the Tish James. And y'all could go to YouTube. Right.
Still got to be proven.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's still allegations, but we have, for people, we have had a defense attorney on numerous times. We have had Sam Antar on numerous times. She has to have her day in court. It is what it is, just like everybody. She has to have her day in court. Is it retaliatory? Absolutely. 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 It's retaliatory. Absolutely. Did she target Donald Trump while she was campaigning herself? Absolutely, she did. Absolutely, she did. She made ads on targeting Donald Trump and going after Donald Trump's children. She made political ads. She went on little talk shows and TikToks, how she was going after Donald Trump. Absolutely. But does that change what she was alleged to do? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And y'all could go check out Sam Antar. The videos that we have, he done came on, I think, 3 times now, AJ?
I don't know. I wasn't on all the time. I thought he was more than that. But
well, so these are the things, right? These according to the thing, these are her sworn statements. Second home rider, August 2020, right? The borrower will occupy and use the property as the borrower's second home and maintain exclusive control of the occupancy and policy. And her insurance application listed owner occupied, non-seasonal use, right? Her tax return, she reported that it was an investment. And then her New York State disclosures classified the property as an investment, and her tax reported 0 personal use days and thousands of dollars in rental income, which her niece testified that
put that back up. Rent. I want to see the last one again. I'm not.
The one on the bottom?
Yeah, I didn't follow that. Yeah.
Right. The New York State. Her New York State disclosures. Matter of fact, I got a 4-minute clip. Hold on, if I could find it, with Sam explaining that, and that was key.
You took it down again before I could read
it. Oh, my bad, bro. Here, check it out. While I find the video file.
So we reported 0 personal use days and thousands of dollars in rental income, as cited in paragraph 10 of the indictment. New York State Disclosure 2020 classifies the property as an investment.
Right. And here's
so I was looking at
the power of attorney.
Huh?
So I've been looking at words. So investment, if you buy a second property, that's an investment. If she's filed it as rental income, that's different. Those are 2 different things.
Yeah.
So if she just said it's an investment property, your second piece of property is going to be an investment property.
But then she filed it as a rental that she took a loss. Yeah, here's Sam. He explains it better.
2 members of her office saying that she intends to make that property her primary residence. Now, the lawyer claims it was a subsequent document before closing where she reaffirmed that it was going to be a primary residence. But let's put all of that aside. Whatever her lawyer says does not matter because the loan itself was based upon her declaration that it was going to be the primary residence, and
Right.
that both her and her co-buyer, Shamice Thompson, the niece, were going to occupy it based
Right.
upon that.
Right.
So it doesn't matter what she told the bank or didn't tell the bank or whatever. The reality is that's the way the loan was underwritten. It was never corrected. She never sought to say, something, I should be paying higher
Let me,
interest.
let me amend this.
What?
Let me amend this. Like, she never said, I made a mistake, let me amend this before I get this benefit for this.
That's correct. I'm glad I'm on the air with you, because usually you get these 5-minute things where you go and people, it's very hard to elaborate.
Right.
So I was there for that show, but all the paperwork that I'm seeing from the indictment does not charge her for saying it's primary. They charge her for saying secondary. The paperwork, the indictment, that says nothing about primary. It says
Right.
it says secondary.
It says secondary.
Right. No,
But
but
the
I'm just
paperwork.
going
Right.
what
Yeah,
we talked about that day and what I've seen since.
Yeah.
I
But
could
she.
not look for the word primary because I think at some point she changed that.
Well, she said she changed it, but she didn't get the loan as that. See, that I think that's what Sam was talking about. Okay, let's say you did put it in, but the loan that you got wasn't changed.
But she's not being charged for that though.
No. Well, she's being charged for the taxes. She's being charged because she took out a mortgage that it was supposed to be primary.
Do you have the charges? Like, you can put them on the screen? You don't have that thing.
Oh man, that's going to be too much because it's pages and pages. I don't even think I can't even find it at this time. Well, at the end of the day, we know this. We saw the documents of her signing the paperwork. We saw the documents of her saying that that was going to be the primary residence. Correct? Right? Which we know she couldn't have be a primary residence if she was New York State Attorney General, because of the fact that she would have to move to Virginia. We saw the signatures.
So she's charged, even that is not primary too. She's charged with bank fraud, making a false statement to a financial institution.
That's the loan.
The charges stem from a 2020 home purchase in Norfolk, Virginia, where prosecutors allege she misrepresented the property as a second home to secure a favorable loan rate, when she instead used it as a rental investment property. James has pled not guilty, blah, 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 blah.
Right, because she put it on her, I think it was her taxes and her disclosure that it was investment property. But then her niece, according to the New York Times, which the New York Times wrote a horrible article, her niece testified she never paid rent. So how are you claiming rental income and nobody paid rent? Now the person that's living there testified, according to the New York Times. Going to the New York Times, you don't want to see. I did a whole breakdown on that news article that the New York Times wrote. Since people wanted to send me that article. And let me say something. Fraud is $1. Fraud can be $10. Fraud can be $20 or $1 million. So if she only benefited $3,000, it's still fraud. It's still fraud, ladies and gentlemen. And she's going to have to deal with that in court.
I want to find the thing where she says rental property, rental income on taxes.
I think it's in the New
She-
York. I think it's
she's
in the
being
New York
charged.
Times article.
She's being charged with receiving a mortgage for a second home, which has a lower interest rate, but instead uses investment property.
Right. And it was her taxes
Because
or her.
I read somewhere that she amended that she wasn't going. That she amended it that she wasn't going to live there. I don't know when this was supposed to be.
Yeah, but she didn't get the loan for that. It doesn't matter. That's what Sam Antar said. It don't matter. You still got the you still got the loan at the cheaper rate as you were supposed to live there. If she was really about that life, she would have canceled the loan. She would have canceled the loan.
So she got the mortgage with her niece. So if she go there in the off season in the summer or something and spends a couple of months there, she did live there some of the time. It didn't say how long she got to live there. It's a second home. It's not a primary home.
No, but she signed the waiver that she would live there. That's what she signed. Like, listen, that's her signature on it. And it was co-signed by two people in the AG's office. That's what she signed. We're just going by the documents of what she signed. So that is not even, that's not even debatable. Now, she could say that she sent and she wanted to change the loan, but you still got the loan under the pretenses that you were supposed to live there. I mean, dude.
So what's the definition of a second home? Like, these are the things that I've been reading.
No, it's not the definition of a second home. What is the condition of the loan?
Well,
not a definition.
She got the loan, the mortgage for a second home, which has a lower interest rate. So yes, what is the definition? What is the definition of a second home?
No, the condition of the loan.
Same thing. You're just saying the same thing I'm saying.
No. It's not.
Listen, I'm reading something. You keep changing this. The prosecutors claim the mortgage for a second home, in parentheses, which has a lower interest rate. What is the definition of a second home?
Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
You could have two homes, but at the end of the day, the condition was of the loan that she signed that she was supposed to live there.
And now, see, that's why I'm saying I didn't see that part, and that's what I'm asking.
Dude, with the
paperwork we saw was for primary. First off, stop.
No.
No paperwork we saw, and Sam is talking about her primary residence. None of this is about a primary residence.
Well, then
the wording now is second home. So what is the definition in that paperwork of second?
Oh, I don't know.
No. But this is what's going to matter in court.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And all I'm doing is asking the question because I don't know. Like, I'm asking because I honestly don't know. What is that definition? I'd like to know.
Maybe that technicality will let her ass go. Because my understanding from what we talked about, what Jonathan talked about, was primary residence.
Right, and
none
of the indictment or what the prosecutors indicted her for, what she's being accused of, it all talks about second home. So that's when I started asking these questions, because what we were talking about and what we saw had the words primary. And
that's what the document was.
She's not being charged as that. She's being charged for telling the bank that she received a mortgage for a second home.
But that's not what the mortgage is for.
Which has a lower interest rate. And that's what
ladies and gentlemen, Tish is going to walk because they fucked it up. They fucked it up. And I'm sorry I had to curse, but
and see, that's the question I'm asking, because I was in on that conversation with Jonathan and Sam. I know Sam was on one time, I wasn't, but that conversation I was in on, and the documents that they were shown on the screen were talking about primary, and that she signed this saying that this was going to be her primary.
That's what the documents were.
The two people who witnessed it from her office witnessed it as her primary home. And then I read somewhere that it was amended or something, and what they're charging her for is for saying it's going to be a second home, and she's getting a lower interest rate because it's going to be her second home.
No, she got lower interest rate from what we understand, and maybe somebody's watching this. I don't know, but what we're understanding
I would love somebody who actually somebody talk about this. Yeah,
somebody from the government effed up, because we saw the documents, and the documents was for another primary home.
Did he send you that? Did Sam ever send you that? He sent you have a copy?
Yeah.
No, can you just email it to me? I just want to this is me.
Yeah, I gotta find it.
This is reported in me now, just wanting to see words.
Yeah, I gotta find. You could go right on his website. All the documents is on white fraud, whatever, Sam's white collar fraud.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you had a handy, just email it to me.
No, Jeff. There is something there. It is something there. Let's not say it's nothing there.
No, I never see you.
No. I'm responding to Jeff. He says because there's nothing there, so the person who wrote the indictment doesn't have experience. No, there is something there. The problem is the person that wrote the indictment doesn't have experience. There is something there. There is a there.
Well, that's what they said. And the person who wrote the indictment doesn't have experience.
Right.
Yes. And he's responding to other reports that the person was illegally appointed because they don't have standing to bring that case. Because that too. But then even though here's the caveat, they're pushing that person didn't have legal standing, but then how did you? It was voted on by a grand jury. So do you discount? Does that throw the grand jury indictment out? Come on, man. With police stuff, you always say you can indict a ham sandwich in the grand
jury. No. Regardless, I'm talking about. I'm not saying whether you could bring an indictment. I know that, but does it throw the indictment out because they're saying that she had no standing to bring to have a grand jury?
That would be a technical. That would be technical.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because it couldn't have been it couldn't have went up for indictment if
but a grand jury is voted on. So wherever not.
But that's fruit from the point. If you bring it the wrong way, everything that follows gets thrown out.
Well, I mean, come on, man. Like, it's a grand jury. You can indict a ham sandwich.
Right.
You can bring whatever. But if they try to throw her out, does that actual vote on the grand jury? That's something that's going to have to be, discussed by this judge. And unfortunately, as usual, they put a black man in there, and here we go.
The black
man, and they say they say that it's a fair. They say he's a good judge. He's a fair judge. He's a no nonsense judge. I've saw that. So we're gonna have to let the process. We're gonna have to let the process work out.
And again, all I'm doing here is asking the questions because I was in the first conversation, and things have changed since that conversation. And I'm trying to figure out what this means now, and what does the actual. Was there an amendment? Because she's not being charged. If she wrote that and that's what it is and it wasn't charged, that's what she would be charged with, because that's what the paperwork actually says. So when was it amended, and what is the definition of second home? You know what I'm saying? We gotta find out. Technically, now there's two things here. So technically, second home, and it's a second home with. So you and your nephew get a second home. Your nephew lives there. That's what this is. That's what this is. It's still your second home. You're a co-owner of that home. The other issue, though, that I want to see the tax part is because if she claimed the home as a rental property, that's different because the paperwork, I believe, in the loan calls for her not to use it as a rental property. But the
Exactly.
words I'm seeing is her claiming it as an investment. And if you buy a second piece of property, that is an investment. So, like, I'm just saying in the words, like there's words being used now, and I want to see how these things play in court. I am not a lawyer.
No.
Well,
we're gonna have to see.
But these are questions that can be raised. And if I'm thinking this, if she got a decent attorney, he should be able to poke all kinds of holes.
It's one thing. I think I got to look back now. I got to look at it. Either her taxes or
because that's the one thing I didn't see. I never saw it. I want to see the tax thing.
The taxes or her disclosures, right? Had a rental and that she was getting rent. I think it was her disclosures. Right? Yeah. No, I have to go back. Listen, anybody, we got all those videos with Sam Antar.
Yeah, I just want to get my hands on it where I can just read it myself. So I just
but I'm talking about
these questions that I can't speak on because I don't know what the answer
are. But those are the issues. So those are the contradicting things. Your taxes, the loan, the what's that? Her financials that she has to file as being AG. But he said, "Well, I want her to learn from this mistake and really go after all this nonsense and protect the people of New York and give her she deserves that." No, listen, brother. She needs to learn from that because she's been playing politics with this position for a long time, and she hasn't been doing what she's had been supposed to be doing when it comes to being the top cop in New York State. And that's facts. I'm just keeping it 100. When it comes to police oversight, when it comes to police policies, when it comes to police killing unarmed Black men, she has failed. She has failed. And all you people that be out here talking about Black Lives Matter and police accountability and all this other stuff, y'all have not held her accountable. Not one bit. Not one bit. But you get all emotional because it's Trump.
So,
but she has rocked this investigating Trump instead of investigating these police departments.
So, while I agree with some of that, let me just when they do the elections and the presidential elections, they poll people on what their top issues are. For me and you, criminal justice and police accountability are at the top. That is not always the top of everybody else. Other people care about.
No. I'm talking about her doing her job.
No. Let me finish.
I'm talking about her doing her job.
Let me finish. I won't say she didn't do anything. She's done stuff with the gun rights. She's done stuff. She's done some stuff. But one of my top issues is criminal justice and police accountability. And I think she has a failing grading that. But that's not everyone's top issue. You understand what I'm saying? Like everybody's not, that's not the top of everybody's issue like it is for me and you. So
no, bro, what are you there for?
Huh?
What are you there for? If you're not going to address the issues at hand, then what are you there for?
Police accountability and criminal justice are not the only issues.
Well, no.
Those
again,
are our top issues. That's what that's the point I'm trying to make.
Bruh. New York State AG. She was supposed to give best practices to all the police departments in New York State. I wasted my goddamn time being and for good cause, being on the Westchester County Reimagining Policing Task Force, where we spent 6 to 7 months putting together a whole report, not just Westchester County, but all the police departments in New York, where her office, Tish James's office, was supposed to put the best practices in policing from her office. She didn't do it.
So I agree on those.
No, I'm not finished. And then when black men get shot, she gonna refer to overlook the policies in New Rochelle. No, what policies need to happen? What policies need to happen? You are the top cop. You too busy chasing Trump. And then when the Coalition of Police Reform sends her a letter to have a sit down, not just for people in Westchester, but families throughout the state. What is her agenda in dealing with oversight, accountability, and training from the top cop? She never responded. Man, listen, let me tell you something. We sit here, we play games with these Negro politicians. We play games. What's the point of having them there if they're not going to address the issues?
So let me say something.
And one of the biggest issues is police accountability.
Let me say one thing, and then I'm going because it's 8:33, and then you can continue if you want. Yo, my point was, while that is our top issue, that is not everybody else's top issue. And her office and responsibilities are a wide range of responsibility, including enforcing civil rights. Some of this we talk about consumer protection, investigating and prosecuting crimes, overseeing charities and nonprofits, and serving as a public advocate for issues like healthcare, tenants, and investments. Those are a lot of other things other than what we're talking about, which is a concern to us as far as criminal justice. I agree as far as criminal justice and police accountability, I give her a failing grade. But what I'm saying is I can't never say she didn't do anything because that's just part of the responsibility. That's not her sole responsibility. All of those other things fall under that too. And she has gone after charities and not-for-profits and stuff like that and some of that other shit. So she has done some of that. So I'm just being clear on, I agree. Public safety, accountability, police accountability, and all of that, those criminal justice reform and stuff like those are my top issues. Those are not everybody's top issues. So everyone doesn't see it the way you see it. Those are top issues for me and you, but those are not just her only issues. That she's
do you think why was she more outspoken for the LGBTQ than she was for police violence in black communities when black men be getting killed?
I said,
no, bro.
I give her a failing grade for that. So we have to stand on our shit. Black people throughout the United States and families put her in office to address that. I said
it might not be everybody, white folks or things like that, but black. There's a huge coalition in New York that put her in there for that, and she didn't do anything.
I agree with that. We're not disagreeing on that.
But I'm not.
That's not her only
about all that other stuff. Listen, I don't care about that. I don't care about that because black people are being killed. Black people are being killed.
You just made my point, and that's
black people are being killed.
I'm saying this one last time, and then I'm going.
And then she plays politics with black people's lives.
That is important to you and several people like us.
No, that's important to the families that have lost loved ones to gun violence. It's just not important to me.
Right, but that's not the majority of her base of New York State. So there's some people that's not a priority.
Do anything about it?
I didn't see. You're not hearing me. You're saying what you're saying.
I
agree with you.
I heard you.
One last time. I agree.
All right then. But then she needs to do her damn job. And just like Jeff said, that's what she get. That's what she get.
No, I agree.
That's what
those issues are important to me and a lot of people that I run with and I roll with. that is not the top priority for everybody, and it's not her only responsibility. Yes, I give her a failing grade and all of that. Understand that. So I'm not arguing with that. What I'm saying is that is not the only reason she was there.
Well, AJ, when do we get when do black people get justice?
I agree on all of that, dude. I'm not going to keep doing the same thing over and over.
No. I'm asking a question. I'm not saying you disagree.
But I'm being fair to the situation.
What is fair?
I'm explaining what her role is. Her responsibility is not just for that. Even though that's important to us, that is not the top priority to everybody in New York State.
Bro, that's part of her job.
Part.
Okay, then
and I gave her a failing grade.
Are we getting what percentage? What percentage of police killing black people, police not being properly trained, police shooting unarmed black people in the back of the head? What do we get? What do we get? And it's not. I'm just not saying. No. Wait. Let me explain my point.
I gave her a failing grade on all that.
What do we? No, I'm not arguing with you. I'm making a point. What do we get? The DA's office, the AG's office. These are some of the most important, and your judges are some of the most. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people that's listening. These are the most important people that we have to vote for. And if they're not going to do justice by black people, and black people need to understand this, we are the backbone of the Democratic Party. And if you don't get justice, you vote their asses out. Stop playing games, black people. Stop playing games, because if it was anti-Semitism, she would stomp that shit out of any police department and have a press conference about it.
You know what the difference is? Because those people that you just named, as far as anti-Semitic, demand it, and black people do not. And until black people demand some shit, and I've been saying that all through the show.
And there you go.
We need to demand it, and that's on us.
No, dude.
Yeah.
No, my plane landed.
Not me and you. No. People. Yeah.
No. My plane landed to the point I was getting at. We do not vote for someone that's not going to do what we need in our communities. Agreed. I don't care what color they are. I don't care what party they are.
Agreed.
Negroes don't even think about voting for Republicans, so you can't blame a Republican because of the condition that your community is in, because you don't vote for them. There's no need to even have a conversation about a Republican, because Negroes don't vote for them.
Most Negroes.
So your condition is what you vote for.
Most Negroes don't vote for them.
No. I'm talking in black communities. You know what I'm talking about. They ain't voting for them.
Mount Vernon
and many black communities.
Black people in Mount Vernon voted for Trump.
Listen. But ain't no the Democrat running their city. Trump is so far away from the condition of Mount Vernon. You can't blame Trump.
No, I didn't blame Trump, and I'm saying
but you're missing my point. My point is
there are some black people who vote Republican.
AJ, there's no Republican running Mount Vernon. Period. They can vote for Trump. That's their option. Ain't no Republican running Mount Vernon. All the years that medical waste been burning, been Democrats. And nobody wants to fix it. And then they wonder why their kids got asthma and breathing problems.
So why is some of that on the DA? That's Westchester.
What, the DA? What's the DA's going to do with a building that's burning? What is the DA going to do with that?
Investigate and submit the charges to the AG's office or something?
No, it's up to the local officials. They're allowing it to happen, bro. It's the city council. They make the rules of the city. The DA can't do anything if they're letting it happen. What is the DA going to do?
So what the AG going to do if our local officials is letting it happen? The same thing.
I'm not talking. No.
We were talking about the AG, and then you start talking
right.
about.
But I'm saying, I was talking about local politics and voting for Democrats, and that was a prime example of local politics. Ain't no Republican in sight. Period. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no Republican in many of these cities where black people are at throughout the nation. Ain't no Republican in sight. You could barely look. Westchester County got one Republican on the county legislative board. Ain't no Republicans.
Well, they're Republican elected officials in Yonkers and New Rochelle.
Well, yeah, okay. But look at the difference. Look at the makeup of the city. So at the end of the day, we blaming black people. We're blaming Democrats. We're blaming Republicans. Shit, their shit is a little even better. At least they're getting some economic development. Negro can get a job. Movie places are open to do movies. At least a Negro can get a job. Back to my point is we have to hold our people accountable.
I have not debated that, and I've been saying the same thing. And with that, I'm out because I've been saying I'm out for the last 15 minutes. I'm not trying to do a 3-hour show. Yeah,
shit! It's time to go.
I've been saying that shit since 8:20.
It's time to go, man. Everybody. Thank you for listening.
We want to hear from you. Feedback. What do you feel? Drop a comment in the show. When we post it on the website, drop a comment on the show. Drop a comment in the YouTube comments. Which we want to hear from you. What do you think? What do you feel about any of the issues we talked about? Where do you stand on it? What do you feel? We want to hear from you. Because, you're the reason we're still here, still standing 11 years later. So it's all because of all of you. So thank you. This is another issue of Black Westchester Presents the People Before Politics radio show. Simulcasting live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, every Sunday, 6 to 8. And as you see, sometimes after 8. Every Sunday, and then Damon got a whole slew of other things happening all throughout the week.
All right, we out, man, because my wife done called me 3 times, man. We out. Right. Peace and blessings, everybody. Everybody have a black-tastic week. Peace out.
Are you ready to put your brand in front of the people who matter? Black Westchester Magazine is your platform. With over 90,000 monthly website readers and more than 250,000 YouTube viewers every month, we give your business unmatched exposure. From email blasts straight to our subscribers, to video commercials, website promotions, and targeted campaigns, we've got the tools to help you connect, engage, and grow. Whether you're a local business, a national brand, a rising entrepreneur, or just promoting an upcoming event, Black Westchester is where culture, community, and commerce meet. Contact us today or scan the QR code and start building with us. Don't just advertise, be part of the movement, be part of Black Westchester, be Blacktastic. Black America first. Yeah, Black America first. Got a sweet tooth? Come to Cupcake Cutie Boutique in Mount Vernon, where every day is a reason to celebrate. Fresh homemade cupcakes baked with love. Stop by 8 South 6th Avenue and taste the cuteness today. Rep the movement. Get your official Black Westchester merch today. Hoodies, tees, and more at blackwestchestermerch.shop. Wear your voice, make a statement. Damon K. Jones exposes the lies and challenges the gatekeepers in Black politics in his powerful book, Emotional Politics and Logical Failure. Black America needs fewer emotions and more outcomes. Our communities deserve better. On sale now, get the book or audiobook on Amazon, From the Streets of Westchester to the Heart of Hip Hop. Discover A. J. Woodson's powerful collection. Black Westchester, the origin story. We got our own thing. Hip hop from the 9, 1, 4, and Black Westchester celebrate Black women of Westchester. Available now at blackwestchester.com and on Amazon. Get your copies today. Tolerance is for Cowards by Damon K. Jones. This book is not anti-police, it's pro-community. Discover how the extended policing strategy empowers you to demand real public safety, justice, and accountability from your local police department. Because the Black community deserves good policing. On sale now on Amazon and Audible. Discover Jesus and Divine Black Masculinity by Damon K. Jones. This a bold blueprint to restore faith, manhood, and purpose in Black America. Because the Black community needs good Black men. Available now on Amazon. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and share it with others who need to hear the truth. And for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes access, join the Black Westchester Magazine YouTube membership club today. Your support helps us keep independent Black media strong. Big.
This is the People Before Politics show, broadcast every Sunday at 6 p.m. Hosts Damon K. Jones and AJ Woodson bring you the news that impacts our community. Join us for unfiltered, unapologetic coverage of the stories that matter most. Black Westchester Magazine presents The People Before Politics show, the news with the Black point of view.